So we've been counting down the days for this one right here. Acqua Di Gio Eau de Parfum. So yet another example of a fragrance line that has so many flankers and has been out since the 90s, but they never made an Eau de Parfum until now. I mean, just recently I covered Azzaro Chrome Eau de Parfum. Same deal there. They just now put out an EDP. Like, you would think that would be their first step. And that goes to show you the difference in the trend these days. You know, now that's the norm. You know, it's you release a fragrance as an EDT. Next year you put out an EDP. That's common. But with these older fragrance lines, like Acqua Di Gio, like Azzaro Chrome, that wasn't the norm, right? Flankers are so hot and so popular now, so it's kind of funny to see that, you know, these old lines, they're being revived, and, you know, they have Profondo, Profumo, Profondo Lights, Absolute, Absolute Instinct, Essenza, Special Blend, Acqua Di Gio Profumo Special Blend. Might as well put out an EDP. So naturally, I'm a big fan of the line myself. I really like all of them. Profumo, Profondo, a couple of my favorites, and of course, the OG. You gotta love it. So when I saw this one announced, it was surprising. A lot of people didn't even believe it. They thought it was a good old Photoshop job, but no, it's the real thing. I've got it right here. So let's just get into this. I mean, I'm pumped up. Okay, let's do this together. The unveiling of Acqua Di Gio Eau de Parfum. So first thing I notice, no more magnetic cap. Okay, they took that away from us a good while ago. No more. It does snap on, snaps into place. They went for the kind of wood-looking cap, kind of like Absolute, except it's a black wood here. It's got the wood grain, though. It looks sharp, but I do miss the magnetic cap. I mean, you know, that's pretty cool. Oh, yeah, this is Profondo. You know, you guys know all about it. I don't even need to show you, but, you know, come on. Magnetic cap, that makes everything cool. So let's take a look here. Here's the original frosted glass, looks amazing. Here's Acqua Di Gio Eau de Parfum, and it's flesh. So what is this here? This is a 125 ml. So that's kind of the new style here. Here's a 100 ml bottle, right? That's kind of the traditional, but with Profumo, Profondo, everything else, they've stepped it up and went a little bit more. 125 is the standard. So it does look really sharp, no frost to it, completely clear. And from the pictures, it reminded me very much of Essenza. And I mean, even when you look at it now, and you look at the color of the juice, I mean, it looks the same, pretty close. You know, they have a little bit of a tint to it. Obviously, caps are going to be different. Essenza has magnetic, of course. This is back when they were not cheaping out on us. But, you know, it looks shockingly similar. The presentation really, really does, even to the lettering down at the bottom. So my goal for this video is to try to establish where this one falls. Does it smell a bit like Essenza? Does it smell like the EDP, but amped up? Does it take on some nuances of the Eau de Parfum because there's some aromatics in here? Granted, no smokiness, but we're just going to find that out. So I've got a spot reserved on my hand here. Moment of truth. Let's get this going. Great atomizer on these as well, as you would know. I'm going in for the kill right away, and I have to say, oh, okay. I have to admit, I hate this. This smells terrible. No, I'm kidding. I really like it a lot. So here's what's weird, is that the mineral notes in here and the aromatics are kind of reminding me of Profondo. They really are. So it has, of course, the aquatic backbone, the aquatic DNA, right? You know, the Acqua Di Gio DNA in here. But then you're faced with a lavender, mineral notes, clary sage, a little bit of a minty green geranium. It smells nice. There's a little bit of a bite to it. Kind of like a, you know, obviously there's the citrus opening, there's the orange, that sort of thing, but there's this texturized feel to this one that really sets it apart. It's been forever since I've sprayed Essenza, but for the video, you know, this is discontinued. This is all I have left. But we'll do it on my other hand here, just to kind of compare, because I want to compare them. You know, they look similar. I want to get that out of the way, but I really don't think it's going to be that similar. But we'll see here. Quite a bit different. So Essenza, I forgot how good this one smells. You know, Essenza did take that aromatic direction from the beginning. It was a great flanker. It was sad to see that one go. But it does have a little bit more of a sweetness, less focus on citrus and aquatic, and that's it. You know, there's some woods coming through, some aromatics, that sort of thing. And Acqua Di Gio EDP has a similar thing, but smells different. So while the EDP, we've got a whole bunch of Acqua Di Gio. Here it is. The EDP, while it takes on a similar idea to something like Essenza, it smells different. You know, immediately what I'm noticing here with the EDP is that it has a mature smell to it. So again, this is going back to some of the other things. For example, Azzaro Chrome, I keep referencing that, but the original Chrome EDT, you know, it's metallic, it's fun, it's playful, it's very versatile, but the EDP does have more of a mature smell to it, right? It's kind of like Azzaro Chrome is a guy in his late teens, early 20s having fun. Chrome EDP is a guy in his 30s, 40s. He's got a family, wife, kids. He's, you know, starting to get things figured out. And really, it's the same with the Eau de Parfum here. You know, it has this incredible depth behind it. You know, some vetivers coming through, some woods, and it doesn't have near the amount of the brightness and the freshness and the, I don't know, just the summertime ozonicness, I guess, of the original. You know, there are big differences here. The original, nowadays, would be looked at as maybe a little bit boring because it is, you know, played out to some extent. At least a lot of people would say that. But the EDP is a nice, fresh, new twist. And, you know, I knew this wasn't going to be bad. You know, I mean, it's Alberto Marias, it's Acqua Di Gio. It would be hard to make it bad. But I have to say this is far exceeding my expectations. I love how this smells. And that may sound stupid because, oh, it's Acqua Di Gio EDP, you know, how exciting could that be? To me, it's very exciting, especially now after I've smelled it. It smells phenomenal. So we'll take a look at the note breakdown. We have sea notes and green mandarin up top. We have clary sage, lavender, and geranium in the mid. We have mineral notes, vetiver, and patchouli in the base. So, you know, it's a hearty note breakdown, and here's what you'll find. You get mineral notes from Profondo. You get patchouli from Profumo here. You know, some of the geranium coming through. Also, I guess, the green mandarin, the orange from Profondo as well. Would it be bad to say that it's kind of like a mixture of these two? Maybe a little bit, because it's not fully that way. It's not smoky. It doesn't have the incense, but it does have that kind of earthy patchouli and the vetiver. Those two together is giving it a maturity, and it does have the mineral notes, the rocks, the oceanic mineral smells of Profondo, and mixed together. You know, there's some modern woods in here as well. You know, I don't think they listed off Isoe Super here on the note breakdown, but it's almost like, you know, some sort of modernized woods. Could be the way the mineral notes and like the vetivers working together. You get aromatics, lavender, clary sage, geranium giving a little bit of a green touch. And it smells very, very nice here. I have to say, I like this a lot. So let's go and take a look at the, you know, this perfume reminds me of, the comparisons on Fragrantica. First one, of course, is the original. And yeah, it has that Acqua Di Gio DNA, but it's not like 100% the same, right? There are big differences between the original and the EDP. Next up is Essenza. And again, I have Essenza on this hand, and I've got the EDP on this hand. They are similar. They are. 100%? No, not even close. But both of them kind of try to tackle the same thing, introducing more woods and aromatics into the equation. Now we've got Profondo up next. And yeah, the mineral notes, kind of adding that in. I would see that, of course. You just heard me say it. Profumo up next after that, right, of course. And again, the patchouli in here. The fact that this does have the woods, you know, some of the richness, would make it smell similar to Profumo as well. But again, we're not looking at, you know, one-to-one clones here. You know, Essenza would be a good starting point. You know, especially as Essenza's dried down. It's been a long time since I've worn this one. You know, it has you know, the aromatics almost smells like a garden to some extent with everything that's going on there, like the rosemary and everything. And the EDP has a little bit of the same thing going on. But what I find is this one still fits in a category on its own, and to me that is super cool. I would see the EDP as a great evening scent. So, you know, if you were going out during the day, you could rock something like Acqua Di Gio, EDT, the OG, the original, right? You could go with something like Profumo, right? Or Profondo, sorry. Or Profumo, I guess, but Profondo is what I was thinking of. And as soon as the evening comes around and you want to get a bit more mysterious and classy, the EDP would be your option. Because there are people out there who maybe aren't the biggest fan of Profumo, right? I've seen that comment a lot. You know, Profumo just didn't work for me. I like the original better, or I like Profondo better, or whatever, right? Not everyone loves Profumo. You wouldn't expect it to be that way. So this is very subjective. And so if you're looking for a fragrance, you know, an Acqua Di Gio that has more of a nighttime appeal, it's more mature, it's more rich, and Profumo isn't your thing, I think Acqua Di Gio EDP would potentially be your thing. I think this would have what you're looking for. So, of course, this one is an eau de parfum. You know, we're going to have to test performance here on this one. From what I'm seeing on Fragrantica, it's looking good. The majority of the votes are in the long-lasting category. That's always great to see, right? Projections in the moderate, which you would expect. Heat will definitely be this one's friend. I can't wait to test this one and wear it in the spring and summertime. I think the heat will really help this one to develop and open up and blossom and smell even better than it does right now. But, you know, that moderate performance there, or that long-lasting performance, I guess, for longevity, is a good thing to see, and I would like it to be that way. Profumo, it's been a beast mode scent for me for a long time, is a parfum concentration. Profondo also has always done really well for me, so I think I have pretty high hopes for this one here in terms of performance. Quality is also amazing. I mean, it smells great off the rip. You know, very nice, high quality, doesn't smell synthetic. You know, it's going to be a huge compliment getter, just like the original, just like Profondo, just like Profumo, right? These are going to work amazing. This one's no exception. That's going to do it for me. That's my thoughts on Acqua Di Gio EDP. A little bit of a rhyme there for you. Smells just phenomenal. You know, again, for me, the line, especially Profumo, Profondo, the two fragrances mean a lot to me. So I knew I was going to like this one, but it is better than I thought because it's different than the EDT. It's richer, stronger, more mature, a little bit of a mysterious edge, kind of similar to how Profumo gives off, you know? And I like it a lot. That's going to do it for me. I will link some of the flankers down below so you can check them out, pick them up at a price below retail. Full review will be incoming on this one. I'll probably try to get that out more in summertime because I want to be able to wear it in summertime. You know, so it'll be a little while here, a couple months, right? Not too long. But I'm excited. You know, I can't wait to wear this one. As soon as it becomes available, you know, easily here in the United States, you guys out there who are true fans of the original and the line in general, you need to jump on this one. Get subscribed to the channel. Community post will be incoming as soon as it becomes available here. Be on the lookout. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.